Oh boy, we were 6 nights away from WrestleMania. By the time we watch this, we'll be 5 nights away from WrestleMania. Tonight was the go home show, and if this was your first time watching WWE, you'd probably turn off the TV or change the channel to something else because tonight was absolutely fucking awful. The only couple things out of this show is that we got the announcement that everyone was probably expecting, but a little clarification not there yet. We have the winner take all is now the main event of WrestleMania. They didn't clarify. They said the winner of the match will win both belts. Okay. But they did not, but Stephanie did not say, because it was Stephanie McMahon, but Stephanie did not say it's a unification match. I'm still waiting to hear that clarification. Is it a unification match? And if it's not a unification match, what's the fucking point of putting both titles on the line if they're, because after WrestleMania, the next big pay-per-view, the next pay-per-view is going to be in May 19th for Money in the Bank. Yes, there's going to be the Saudi Arabia show a month later on May 3rd, but the women aren't going to be there, so it's not going to matter in this state. If this is the way they're going, we're going to have a winner take all. Is it a unification match, or sometime after WrestleMania, could Becky, Ronda, or Charlotte lose the Raw or SmackDown Women's title? People are like, oh, it's a unification match because both titles on the line. Really? 2015 SummerSlam, John Cena faced Seth Rollins for the United States Championship and WWE Championship. They were both on the line, and that wasn't a unification match because Seth lost the title the next month. Back to John Cena in a U.S. Championship match. And then he faced Sting, and of course that was Sting's last wrestling match. So I want to hear the clarification, and we didn't get that tonight. Speaking of the main event of WrestleMania, we had this 6-woman tag match, and I was wondering last week, what's the fucking point of this? Well, one, it was going to be a squash against the Riot Squad. We all knew that was going to happen. But the biggest thing coming into Raw, right before Raw goes on the air, usually on the USA Network, when the show, which is usually NCIS or an episode of Law & Order SVU, and they're on their last commercial break, before they get back to the show, they'll come to you live from the arena that Raw is at, and Michael Cole will give you the details on what's going to happen tonight. And on this one, Michael Cole said, if one of the 3 women, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, or Charlotte Flair, the first woman to betray the other 2 will be removed from the WrestleMania main event. So I know, yeah, the smart marks out, the casuals or the people who want to see a singles match and are just hoping so heartily would be like, this is the way to fix this by having Charlotte betray the other 2 and be taken out of the women's out of the main event. Which anybody and their mother could have told you that that's not going to happen, because WWE cannot fathom having the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania or any pay-per-view without Charlotte Flair. One note for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, there was a change in the programming that we know of, because last week they did advertise it was going to be Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle in his final match on Monday Night Raw. Turns out that match did not happen, and Kurt Angle's final match on Monday Night Raw was Samoa Joe. And we'll get to that when we get to it. We also had the Tag Team Championships put on the line. Ricochet and Aleister Black taking on the Revival. I have my gripes with how that match ended. And then we had, for the first time in 6 years, they said, I think it was, 6 or 7 years, Beth Phoenix makes her return to Monday Night Raw in a match. A worthless, meaningless 8-woman tag match to try and help promote. And someone said this on Twitter on the tweet that WWE put out for this match, that Beth Phoenix makes her long-awaited return in 6 years, that they're hyping WrestleMania. And I'm like, WrestleMania sells itself. WrestleMania tickets go on sale. They sell themselves. This match did nothing but waste a return for Beth Phoenix. It was not even worth having. You had the Boston Hug Connection and the Divas of Doom versus the Samoan Slaughterhouse and the Iconics. By the way, and I didn't think about this at the time, but I did watch Wrestling Observer News. I listened to it on YouTube because someone posted, I think F4W Online posted it online, that Asuka was a SmackDown Live Women's Champion going to WrestleMania. Her losing the championship now we live in a time where the Iconics, Nia Jax, and Tamina all have better positions at WrestleMania than Asuka. Let that one sink into you, ladies and gentlemen. Let that one sink into you, because that's just bullshit. Also, on this episode of Monday Night Raw, we had, let's see, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal going on WrestleMania this year. Most likely not on the pre-show this year, which is going to bump some other matches off the main card onto the pre-show. Why is it not going to be on the pre-show? Because Colin Jost and Michael Shea are in the match to add their F-list comedy to the match. So we come back from a commercial break, and Jinder Mahal and Apollo Crews are standing in the ring. Yes, both guys got jobber entrances, and the rest of the Raw locker room that's all going to be in the Battle Royal, minus Braun Strowman and, of course, Che and Jost, were standing around the ring. And I'm like, why do we have a meaningless Battle Royal? Lumberjack match, which honestly wasn't a lumberjack match because Jinder Mahal and Apollo Crews stayed in the ring the entire time. Of course, what did it lead to? After the match was over, every single guy in the outside came in. They all beat the hell out of each other, and then people started getting tossed over the ring. Something that they used to do before the Royal Rumble on the go-home show of Raw or SmackDown or both, you would have people run out and everyone would brawl, and we would have people throwing each other over the top rope. They've kind of gotten away with that from the Rumble, which is nice, but they decided to bring it back here. I fully expect the same thing for the women tomorrow, if not the men. Let's see what else we had here. Let's see. Looking through my notes here. Yeah, that's about it, really. Oh, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode versus Heavy Machinery in a nice little match, which got ruined because they decided to bring the Sassy Southern Belle out to just, wave to the crowd. There was a tease, and I think they're going to build this now, because back when the Glorious Ones, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, started teaming together, there was talked about that this was going to lead to Bobby Roode turning heel finally, but this was talked about back in October, November of last year. After tonight's match, which Heavy Machinery did win, I have a feeling that Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are not going to be a tag team for much longer, just by the reaction of Bobby Roode. So we'll talk about that some more in a minute. And then, I don't even want to talk about that. Braun Strowman's just garbage, but we'll get to it later. And the main event was Rey Mysterio and Baron Corbin, so we will get onto that. The show started, and out came Stephanie McMahon. She had us all freaking out for a second because she came out and was like, for the first time ever, the women are main eventing WrestleMania, and it's going to get a hell of a lot more competitive because I'm adding a fourth competitor. And before, I guarantee for a split second, everyone was like, oh, they're going to add Asuka. What Stephanie said, it was April Fool's. This was the only April Fool's joke on the show, and it's fine that they did this. She said, I'm going to add a fourth competitor, me. And I guarantee you, everybody in the blink of an eye probably had their lunch come up, because that would have been fucking awful. But of course, it is April 1st. By the time you can listen to this, it will be April 2nd. But that's the April Fool's joke we got for the day. And quite honestly, I guess it's clever. I will give them that. Not a problem with that. It is. They wanted to do that. Fine. That's fine. I'm not too mad about that one. Like, she came out and she's like, yeah, we're gonna add a fourth competitor to me, and I was like, okay, I get it. It's April 1st, and this is the funny thing. April 1st is the one time a year that majority of people question everything that happens in the day. You'll see news, you'll see video game leaks, you'll see movie trailers, you'll see leaks on movie trailers, you'll see stuff leaks everywhere for any type of media. And people will just be like, that can't be real, Or this person quit their job, or this or that. It's that's what happens. So it was great to have. It was okay to have one joke, April Fool's joke, and I guess it was a good one. Stephanie does announce that at WrestleMania, because there are two titles at WrestleMania in the main event, it will be winner take all. One woman wins both titles, but that was all she said. Meaning the winner will leave with both titles. Then that's it. Nothing. Like, little clarification, please, you kid. Woman wins both titles does not say it will become the unified women's champion. So, my question is, Becky wins, Charlotte wins, or Ronda wins, which it's not going to be Ronda. Ronda's going away for a bit. But if Becky wins or Charlotte wins, my question of this is, what happens? Are they going to both Raw and SmackDown? The brand split pretty much died tonight. I mean, you had the Iconics on here, you had Rey Mysterio on here, you had Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair on here. The brand split's practically dead. This entire WrestleMania season killed the fucking brand split. What the fuck are we supposed to, like, when we get done with the WrestleMania, and people are wondering, are we going to see that picture of the four horsewomen holding up the championships? I pitched that because I wanted to see Charlotte Flair and Asuka at WrestleMania. Becky and Ronda get their own match. And I could have seen that. But now that is definitely, anybody still thinking that the four horsewomen picture, or the picture with all four horsewomen holding up a championship at WrestleMania is not happening. The fact that both titles are on the line and both titles are going to one winner, but they did not say unification. So, what the fuck? So does that mean that at Money in the Bank, does that mean Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair or Ronda Rousey, which I highly doubt, but is Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair going to Money in the Bank to defend both titles? That's a question I have, and I wonder if that's a question you have. Then, of course, out comes Paul Heyman and the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. It went from one, we had the announcers hype the show. It was noted the first woman's betrayed her team in the night in the six-woman tag match. Flair, Lynch, and Rousey versus the Rouse Squad would be out of the main event. That would have been intriguing if it would have been against any other team. It could have been the Divas of Doom and like Sasha Banks or something. But this was the Riot Squad. It wasn't going to happen. It's what happened after the match, which was absolutely 100% unnecessary and just shows how WWE has fucked this entire storyline up. But that is later in the show, and we'll get to it when we do. Out come Heyman and Lesnar, as I said. Heyman does his introduction, as he always does. Then talks about Seth Rollins and brags on some of Lesnar's WrestleMania history. Lesnar is going to take Rollins at his word when he said it may be his last match at WrestleMania. He said, ain't gonna be no maybe. Says, this is gonna be a spoiler because Brock Lesnar will end Rollins' career on Sunday. Says, for those of you who watch hockey for the fights, who watch NASCAR for the car wrecks, who watch football for the riots, which, who watches football for riots? I don't remember seeing a football. I mean, yeah, if your team loses, people go out and riot in big cities like Philadelphia or Buffalo or somewhere like that. But no one watches football for the riots. You mean football for the big hits. I don't know why they said riots. Maybe it was something to do with concussions or something. But no, people watch football for the big hits. The Alliance of American Football, which is having its little rocky road right now, has big hits, and people like big hits. So that's why I was like, what? But this Sunday, he is going to violate and desecrate the good name of WrestleMania. And I'm like, wait, Heyman. Brock Lesnar doesn't have to desecrate the name of WrestleMania. Vince McMahon does that every single fucking year. WrestleMania is not what it used to be. It's all hype, and it's all hype, and that's all it is really. Actually, it's just hype. WrestleMania is not what WrestleMania used to be. It's not the granddaddy of them all anymore. It's not the spectacle. It's just hype, and it's just the name. Vince McMahon, with the way he booked WrestleMania, the way WrestleMania has been built this year, has desecrated WrestleMania worse than Brock Lesnar could ever desecrate it. There's, of course, Brew Lesnar raises the title in the air. Heyman goes on and says, then with Lesnar's foot on Rollins' chest and the title held above Lesnar's head again, Lesnar will define that the saying that life is not what you want it to be. Life is what you make out of it, because Lesnar and Heyman will simply go out to dinner after the match to discuss what's next in Lesnar's career, because Rollins is just an afterthought to Brock Lesnar. Out comes Seth Rollins. He did mention that last year everyone expected Brock Lesnar's moves to Roman Reigns, F5, 1, 2, 3, and that was that. So there was that. Out came Rollins. Rollins goes on about how no one wants Lesnar here. Says this is the biggest match in my career, but it's also the biggest match in your career. I highly doubt that, Seth. I highly doubt that. The locker room or the fans don't want you here because they're sick and tired of Brock Lesnar. Lesnar steps to the Rollins and laughs. Rollins keeps running him down on the mic. But Rollins says beating Lesnar at WrestleMania may be improbable, but it is not impossible. Rollins says this Sunday he is going to beat Lesnar, take his title, and there's not a damn thing he can do about it. Lesnar, of course, just sits there and he smiles, he laughs in his face, walks past Rollins, but bumps into him. Rollins drops Lesnar with a low blow. He turns around, kicks him in the dick. So I'm sure on Who Wore It Better this week, Brian Zane's going to mention that he took him to Dick Kick City because he did. And then he gets hit with a low blow. Rollins unloads on Lesnar and launches him across the ring but Lesnar ends up launching him with an F5, goes for the F5, well, not with an F5, but a German suplex, goes for an F5 as Heyman cheers on from ringside. Rollins this time slides down, hits another low blow, this time with the arm, kicks him in the face with a super kick, readies himself, hits the stomp, and then raises the title over his head as fans pop. Rollins tosses the title down at Lesnar on the mat, then makes his exit. So, yeah. That tells me who's not winning the championship at WrestleMania. I fucking hate these type of segments. I hate it. People, like, when it's WWE booking. It might not be like this in New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, or anywhere else in booking, but in WWE booking, if somebody does what Seth Rollins did tonight, and the babyface needed 2 low blows to get the upper hand on the heel, can someone tell me what's wrong with that picture? I really want to know what is wrong with that picture, because that is not a good sign. It was mentioned later by Charlie Caruso that if you do that, you're going to get disqualified this Sunday at WrestleMania. And he's like, well, I'm not a champion. Not yet. So, okay, but that didn't answer the question. But WWE telegraphs way too much who's going to win at WrestleMania. Seth is not winning. Obviously, by the night, Seth is not winning. After what happened with the main event, that one is up. The 3 women in the main event here later on. I don't know who's winning that fucking match. So the combat's winning in terms of the ring. Jax, Tamina, Snuka, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay versus the Divas of Doom and Boston Hug Connection. This was a boring, bad match. I will say one fucking positive. Nia Jax and Tamina were nowhere near the ring except for when Tamina pulled, I think, Beth Phoenix out of the ring for a second. Other than that, they didn't do much until Beth Phoenix tried to. It looked like she was trying to spear Tamina Snuka through the barricade. And she came up too early and she just fell into and they fell backwards. Definitely a sloppy looking move. Of course, that leads to he does ram Snuka through the barricade. Fans chant holy shit. Wasn't really a holy shit moment. It looked very sloppy. Tamina Snuka can't do anything fucking right. She couldn't take a glam slam last week. Banks and Natalya look on, shocked, and so did Bayley at what Beck just did. Fans chant, you still got it. Now Beth and Peyton come back in the ring. Royce unloads when slaps in the middle of the ring. Beth grabs Royce, hits a big glam slam in the middle of the ring for the 1, 2, 3. It was like, it's a better looking glam slam because Peyton Royce can take the damn thing and she looked like she was dead on arrival as soon as she took that glam slam. So good on Peyton Royce on that one. After the match, Phoenix and Natalya stand tall as Beth's music hits. The other was cover and looks on and replay. Banks and Bayley bring the titles in the ring for a showdown with Natalya and Phoenix. Black SUV pulls up back in the back, and out comes Batista, who is in his hometown because they were in Washington, D.C. tonight. And he comes in and is going to be Batista versus Triple H. No holds barred. If Triple H loses, he will lose his in-ring career at WrestleMania. This is WWE, though. And the fact that Shawn Michaels just came back from the ring in November, how often do you think Triple H is actually going to stay out of the ring if he was to lose on Sunday? Same thing with Kurt Angle. This is WWE. What if they need an emergency opponent for somebody and Kurt Angle's available? He just had his farewell match 6 months ago. This is also the company that had Mick Foley have a retirement match. I think it was No Way Out in 2001 or 2000. And the next thing you know, at WrestleMania 2000, Mick Foley was wrestling in that match, that main event. So, yeah, it's supposed to be and we had two guys retiring. Batista's having his retirement match. This is retirement match for Batista. And Kurt Angle's having his farewell match. They're not calling it a retirement match, but it's a farewell match. Batista's already stated this is his final match. He's ending his career after Sunday. So anybody, by the way, anybody putting a report out there that Vince McMahon is going to be able to get like once Batista versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, don't listen to them. They're the same fucking idiots who says Vince McMahon wants to put the Intercontinental title on Charlotte Flair. Not going to fucking happen. There's a thing called their sponsors won't allow it. People, if you're watching anybody on YouTube who's putting out bullshit stuff like that, like they have sources, you need to get your head checked because those people are just lying to you. They're clickbaiters, and they need to get themselves something else to do because they are absolutely just leading you on with bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, and it just shows how stupid you are. We see how Triple H agreed to put his career on the line last week. Batista just takes it all in for a welcome back chant. He is in DC. So he was not going to get booed here. He's not going to get the heel work, but he is going to be the heel at WrestleMania. We cut to he just looks down, points to the Titantron, and we get a quick video focusing on Batista recently saying how Triple H hasn't defeated him. They show multiple times him beating Triple H at WrestleMania, the Hell in a Cell match, and a couple other times. We come back to the middle of the ring. He looks up, takes his sunglasses off, and says, "Hunter, kiss my ass." Drops the mic, stays back on, crowd pops for it. Batista's music hits. I get goosebumps every time I hear I Walk Alone by Saliva. Love that fucking song, just saying. But he gives the fans a few ringside on the way up the ramp. He does play up to the crowd a little bit, bows in the crowd as he's heading to the back. Back from break, and we see Elias outside MetLife Stadium for WrestleMania 35. Elias says he will headline WrestleMania 35, and this will be his greatest performance of his life. And then he says there will be no interruptions, which you know that is going to be total bullshit. Just as a stadium full of people watching him, Elias says he can hear them now singing along with him. He says big stars like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, and others have performed at MetLife Stadium, but no one will be talking about them on Monday. No one will be talking about Seth Rollins or Brock Lesnar or any other superstar because everyone will be talking about how 80,000 people walked with Elias. Elias, I know WWE's already trying to fudge this number, but we already went over this with Unscripted 2 weeks ago. That ain't getting 80,000 people in MetLife Stadium no matter how much they try. I say they get 60 to 65,000, and that's as high as they're going to go. Maybe less. We cut the commercial break, we come back, and as I mentioned, Jinder Mahal and Apollo Crews were just in the ring. We see everybody on the Ross brand who's going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Just pretty much everybody who's not in a big match, and there's nobody really special outside of maybe a Tyler Breeze, which we will talk about Tyler Breeze on Unscripted this coming weekend. Saturday, it's going to be later in Saturday afternoon probably because I'm not going to be able to, because NXT TakeOver New York is happening Friday night, and I usually record my Unscripted the night before on Fridays. Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning, we will have Unscripted for you guys, so make sure to check that out. But yeah, we see EC3, we see Tyler Breeze, we see all the guys who are doing nothing on Sunday besides Battle Royal. And this match didn't last any more long. Cruz powers up with a backdrop. Jinder backdrops Jinder. Cruz with a pair of kicks and a jumping clothesline for a pop. Goes to the top, hits a front splash for the 1, 2, 3. Why was this? This match only happened to do the obligatory. We have to have everybody in the Battle Royal fight each other and then throw each other over the top rope to give you a preview of the Battle Royal. After the match, Cruz stands tall as the music hits the trophy. He pretty much says, "Put the trophy over here." This leads the superstars brawling and tossing each other out of the ring as it fills up. Titus and Neil clears the ring at that one point. Jinder and the Singh brothers come from behind and toss Titus over. Cruz takes out the Singh brothers and Titus and Mahal, setting them to the floor. Cruz stands tall and hits the corner to pose as the music hits. Cole reminds us how Braun Strowman is also in the match with, of course, the two jokes from Saturday Night Live, Colin Jost and Michael Che. I could care less about this match. And this is sad. There's rumor that the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match is going to be on the pre-show, and this is why. If this match is not on the pre-show because of Michael Jost and Colin Shea and the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles, which has not been official, which we'll find out probably tomorrow, that is a fucking travesty. And I hope that the Usos don't re-sign with WWE and they go all in. We see Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio talking backstage. I figured we were going to probably see this match anyway, even though it was taken off the advertisements, but we did not get this match. Out comes Hall of Famer Kurt Angle for his final Red Brand appearance of his career. It looks like Angle's match with Rey Mysterio was nixed. Angle's takes, which honestly, I wish they would nix everything. I wish they would have nixed the AJ Styles match because that was pointless. Samoa Joe's match because that was pointless. The only match between his announcement in Pittsburgh and WrestleMania should have been his match in Pittsburgh. That's it. These last 3 or 4 matches he's had is exposed Kurt Angle as being way too old, way too out of shape to be doing this anymore. There's no reason we should have seen Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles, or anybody else he's wrestled. Just saying. He says he wants to know how appreciated it is for all the good times and the bad times. From the bottom of his heart, Kurt Angle thanks everyone. We're going to thank you, Kurt chant. Mike Rome takes the mic and selects everyone to the Titantron for a video package to celebrate Kurt Angle's career. The video features comments from Randy Orton, Big Show, John Cena, Triple H, and many, many more. Now, I'm going to say this to anybody, but people who do these video packages, I swear, probably don't get paid enough. Whoever puts these video packages together are just fucking amazing. This was a great video package. The only gripe I have is that you have you're friendly with Impact Wrestling. You're friendly with Impact Wrestling. Kurt Angle spent 10 years in Impact Wrestling, 2006 to 2016, I believe. I know they don't want to give too much credit to that, but you could have did a little bit. Just a couple things, like him making his debut there, winning the world title there, because there was a part where he's like, I left and I didn't know if I'd be back. But they went straight from him leaving to coming back for the Hall of Fame. I know they probably didn't want to do that, but they could have did something. I mean, they've been using Impact Wrestling footage. They did when they brought Abyss, when they showed the producers that they hired, and one was being Abyss and Sanjay Dutt. They showed pictures of those guys at Impact Wrestling. They've done it for the Hardy Boys. They did it for Kurt Angle's documentary on 24 special. I think it was a 24 special on the network. Just a little bit to acknowledge that, yeah, he went there for 10 years and worked his ass off. Had many great moments there. Had some really great matches. Multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion there. Just something they could have did. Kurt Angle, of course, very emotional. Fans continue to chant thank yous, Kurt, over and over. And then, of course, the party crasher had to come, Baron Corbin. And this is not a joke. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin is 100% happening at WrestleMania. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Corbin marks the video and says that should have been black and white because that's ancient history. Says the man we saw in the video is not the one standing in the ring. Quite honestly, he is absolutely right because that Kurt Angle back then was a wrestling machine, and the Kurt Angle we see now is a bloated 50-year-old man. Corbin goes on to say about Angle being in bad shape, and fans give him the what chant. Corbin goes on about people saying Angle deserves someone better in his final match. Fans chant, yes, he does. John Cena. Corbin says they can chant all they want. It won't change anything. Angle says they will wrestle on Sunday, but he thinks they should have an exhibition match tonight. I'm like, oh God, please don't let this happen. Corbin looks to enter the ring, but he backs off, and fans boo. Corbin says he will wait until Sunday because if he did this tonight, then he won't make it to Sunday. Rey Mysterio comes out, gets into the ring, says Corbin might not want to face Angle tonight, but someone definitely needs to teach him a lesson in respect. Rey said on behalf of Angle, he proposed to fight Corbin. Corbin says he's not going to do that. Fans chant for 619. Corbin drops Rey with the cheap shot. Angle goes for Corbin now. Rey and Angle take turns on Corbin, sending him out of the ring. Corbin stumbles to the ramp and Kurt Angle and Rey stand tall. Fans chant "You suck" now as Angle's music starts up. Let's see when we hit that. So that led into our main event tonight, which was Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin versus Rey Mysterio. So this show sucked. This show absolutely was terrible. And your main event of the go-home show to WrestleMania is Baron Corbin versus Rey Mysterio. Oh, Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what it felt like. Just trying not to fall asleep. That's how bad this show was tonight. So the Comp 6-woman tag match, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Caruso is backstage with Flair. Caruso asks Flair she's concerned about the new winner-take-all stipulation. He says, of course, that McMahon had to change the match because I changed the game. I'm going to break Becky's leg and then tap out Ronda Rousey. Flair says Flair says the winner will be her. All hers. Flair also says she isn't worried about the stipulation tonight. She is a professional. She's not a hothead or a wild woman in Ronda Rousey. So it's not going to be her who's going to be out of WrestleMania. So tag team title match: Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Revival. These two teams put on a pretty good match, but the ending just kind of irks me. This match should have just went from here to WrestleMania. There should have been no reason to have this match tonight. And if you were going to have this match tonight and have a screw-up finish where there's not an actual winner, why did the champions win? If we hear between now and WrestleMania, probably won't hear it till Saturday or the go-home show, the pre-show. I guarantee you we will not hear about this match until the kickoff show. This match. Oh, this match. Let's see. Ricochet with another close two, but Dash sends Ricochet into a cheap shot from Dawson at ringside. Dash drives Ricochet down the mat with a gory special. Dawson, it was a 2 count. Dawson reaches for a tag as this is awesome. Chant starts up. This was a good match. These two teams put on a great match. I wish it was at WrestleMania, and it probably will be, but I have a gripe, and we'll talk about it in a second. Black takes out Dash and Dawson in the apron on the floor. They try for the double team again, but Black knees Dawson in the face. Dash with a big tornado DDT off the barrier to the floor on Black. Ricochet runs the ropes and leaps over the turnbuckle, which is still a holy shit move every time he does it. The guy clears that top turnbuckle and that metal piece above it flawlessly. Ricochet is just amazing every time you see him. Fans chant holy shit as we get to replay the dive. He said, Corey Graves, I love this one that he said. He says, referee can count as long as he wants. I'm just going to keep watching this amazing replay because it was just a thing of beauty. That's something to watch on replay. Referee counts while both teams are down on the outside. Fans count along with him, which I think they finally killed the Tan chant count, which is great. Dawson tries to make it in the ring, but Ricochet stops him. Dawson pushes Ricochet off him and makes it back into the ring. Ricochet tries to make it back in, but his leg gets pulled out from underneath of him by Dash, who was under the ring to stop Ricochet, and the Revival win by countout. Ricochet and Aleister Black have no gripe to yes, they're going up against the War Raiders at TakeOver on Friday. But we all know Ricochet and Aleister Black are not winning that match. That's a given. Still should be a great match. But if this gets announced as a match at WrestleMania, why? What would have Ricochet and Aleister Black done for another championship opportunity? If you wanted this match to be the match at WrestleMania, why have it tonight? And why have the tag team champions win by DQ? And this was, of course, the first time Aleister Black and Ricochet lost on main roster TV by DQ. If you wanted Ricochet and Aleister Black to have a legitimate reason why they should be wrestling at WrestleMania for the championships, you have the double count out, or Dash and Dawson grab their championships and walk away, or something like that. You don't have the Revival win by countouts. This makes no fucking sense. After the match, Revival reviews the kits. Dash grabs the titles at ringside and celebrates, but Black drops him with the black mask. Ricochet rolls Dawson into the ring. Black rebels him as well with the black mask. Ricochet goes up and hits the 630. Ricochet and Black stand tall as the music hits. So basically, the Revival win, and the babyfaces look like sore losers. This is WWE's pitiful booking. They had great momentum, good momentum. They've been doing what they could, winning match after match after match after match, and now the fall is going to happen. They're not going to be. I don't know. The rise of Aleister Black and Ricochet on main roster TV is done. That's it. They're going to start losing matches left and right in fucked up ways. Ronda Rousey is backstage warming up, but she has no mood to talk. She's fired up. She says, I don't care what the stipulation is. and that Judgment Day will be on Sunday for Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, and she's actually like doing her shadow boxing, and every time she says she's like punching forcefully in the air when she says Becky and Charlotte Flair. Like it's like oh shit. But if they provoke her tonight, Judgment Day will be tonight, and oh boy, let's not even. Let's see. Back from break, when we look at SNL, Michael Shane calling jokes from last week's moment of piss. We go to Alexa Bliss with EC3 and Tyler Breeze in the back. Alexa takes credit for WrestleMania being so good. Well, Bliss, thank you for giving me somebody to blame other than Vince McMahon for how shitty this product is going to be on Sunday. Thank you for trying to take shoulder the blame for all this shit. Including having Jost and Shay in the Battle Royal. Braun Strowman appears as we have Tyler Breeze and EC3 laughing about what happened this past Saturday on the Weekend Update, which I don't watch SNL. Who the fuck still watches that garbage? Braun appears as they laugh about the Weekend Update, showing they point over to these two enhancement talents. He goes over there and it's two guys, and he says one's going to be the big pudgy white kid's going to be Michael Charlin Jost, and the thin black kid's going to be Michael Shea, and orders them to the ring, or else they will get these hands backstage. Sasha Fuentes is backstage with Roman Reigns, asking about recent Claymore kicks and the attack from Drew McIntyre. He brings up saying Roman is not 100% ready. The rumors. Reigns wonders if this is Drew making things and rumors up. Roman says let's put those rumors aside because he is 100% clear on the WrestleMania, and he is going to. And then he gets blindsided by McIntyre. From behind, he beats down him some more. Drew yells about how Roman should have turned down the challenge. Then he launches Reigns into production equipment as officials try to get him back off. McIntyre taunts Roman some more, and they leave. Roman struggles to get up, but he's ready to fight. I'm going to say this, that it just looks like Roman is not where you expect it to be for somebody who's ready to come back to wrestle. I think they're bringing Roman back way too early, and he should have been saved for after WrestleMania. I know they wanted to get the Shield thing out of the way, but I know he's probably just a good actor or something, but he just doesn't look like he should be somebody who's ready to wrestle at WrestleMania. It doesn't look like it. Ruby Riott versus the Riott Squad versus Rousey, Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, of course, if one of the women on one of the WrestleMania main event women betray the other two, they're out of the WrestleMania main event. Of course, if that doesn't happen, this match goes maybe, 5 minutes. Flair tags in, orders Lynch to get out of the ring. They come to face. Rousey tags herself in. Comes over from behind. Liv Morgan gets slammed down, gets put in the armbar, and that was that. Submission after a few minutes. The match, nobody cares. After the match, Rousey immediately nails Flair with strikes as the crowd goes crazy. They start brawling. Lynch gets involved. Lynch, Rousey, and Flair are all brawling in the middle of the ring as security guards run down to try and break it up. And they start taking the guards out. Police officers hit the ring to break it up. Fans are not happy about this. Rousey breaks free from one corner and attacks Lynch in the other corner. As one cop goes down accidentally, Rousey has her hands cuffed behind her back. So that's one person in the main event handcuffed. Lynch manages to start attacking Rousey while Rousey is in cuffs, which of course, if you attack somebody who's already in handcuffs, your ass is going to get arrested too. So of course, Becky Lynch, who says again while she's getting handcuffed, she gets handcuffed. Police take Rousey out of the ring first, arms behind her back, and for whatever fucking reason, she decides, well, Ronda Rousey can't beat me up, so I'm going to attack her. Why didn't Charlotte stand back, like when this is going on in the ring, back up, because she says she's professional. You kind of lied right here, didn't you? Because if I'm Charlotte Flair, I'm be backing up and standing over by the announce table, watching these two get carted away, laughing, smiling that, hey, while these two have to deal with the cops and like court cases and everything, I'm going to be going off to WrestleMania with my mind on getting 2 championships. Well, what does she do? She decides, I'm going to kick Ronda Rousey while she's down, handcuffed. So, Flair, Lynch, and Ronda Rousey, all your WrestleMania main events are handcuffed and taken to the back. We get back to break. We get back to the back. I think they went to a break for a second. And we cut backstage and the three superstars are loading. Well, two of them, we have Charlotte Flair loaded into a police car. We have, for whatever reason, Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey loaded into another police car. One that's like, it's a, yeah, we have them in another police car. So they see that they're there, and what do they decide to do? They start kicking each other. Kicking each other. One of the windows gets kicked out, so that's property damage right there to a police car. Lynch is pulled out of the car, but she starts brawling with Flair because some dumbass opened up the car with Flair in it. They get pulled apart. And this was bad. This was just horrible. Somehow Ronda Rousey, some dumbass left the keys in the car. So Ronda Rousey, in the car that she was in, gets up front, puts her brake, somehow gets the car started, and pushes it forward to hit the other vehicle. They pull her out, put her back behind. She's arguing out the window. So Charlotte Flair, who does not get put in one of these cars because they have Becky in one and Ronda in the other, gets a cheap knee to Ronda Rousey, knocking her against the window. And those two get driven away while Charlotte Flair is still being held by cops. This was a fucking travesty. Who booked this shit? You had the match set. You had the match set. This has gone off the rails way to fuck this entire match up. And this is your WrestleMania main event. This is your WrestleMania main event. And all three women were just carted off in handcuffs. Who books this shit? Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell was this? This was absolutely fucking ridiculous. Your WrestleMania main events had all three women handcuffed and carted off to a precinct, a police station. What the fuck? You have battery, you have resisting arrest, you have property damage to a police car, attacking police officers, attacking somebody who is arrested. I don't know what that actually is called. You have so many violations that there should be like hung up in legalities, like legal whatever, like legalities for the rest of the fucking week that they shouldn't even be able to make it to WrestleMania. This was not necessary at all. Why the fuck this even happened? Whoever books this, whoever thought this was a good fucking idea, whoever thought this was needed for WrestleMania's main event needs to be fired and taken out back and being blackballed from the wrestling business because this was fucking awful. This was not needed, and this just took this main event and made it even worse. I honestly don't give a fuck about this main event right now. I don't. This was fucking ridiculous. This is one of those things that it's like, oh, this is one of those things. WrestleMania is supposed to go till 12:30 at night, at least. It's going to start at 5 with the pre-show. It is going to go all the way to at least 12:30, probably even 1 o'clock. So 7.5 to 8 hours. And by the time this match starts, I'm going to be tired as fuck. And I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to watch this match tomorrow, and I'm going to do my review tomorrow. That's how this is going. And this is something that I honestly don't care about. After Fastlane, it did not need to have Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, or Becky Lynch on the show again. If you enjoyed this segment, I don't know what to fucking tell you, but this was fucking horrendous. Vince was like, oh, we'll give you the main event. We'll give the women the main event, but we're gonna fuck it up the whole way. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. I don't know who loved this, but I'm telling you right now, this was a fucking travesty. Unnecessary. How the fuck you have these three women booked in a 6-woman tag match 6 nights from a match at WrestleMania that just got up the ante with a winner-take-all match that was not clarified as a unification match, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But no, we're going to have these three beat the hell out of each other, beat the hell out of security, and then we're going to have cops arrest all three because they can't keep control of themselves. This gave me a fucking headache. I had to fucking take some ibuprofen before I came on here because this entire thing gave me a fucking headache. Oh, my goodness. And now we have to sit there and wonder, are they going to show up in police cars at WrestleMania? When it like, oh, stay tuned to our social media. Ugh, this is just, this is just bad. All you had to do was do a contract signing, and that was it. That's all you had to do. Fastlane happened. If you wanted to give Charlotte Flair the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, she could have did that out of the Elimination Chamber. Whatever they wanted to do. This thing has been overbooked, overcomplicated, and is just way too much. I just don't know if anyone really cares about this match anymore, because I really don't. I am throwing in my fucking talent on this match. If Becky wins, great. If Charlotte Flair wins, whatever. If Ronda retains and she gets both women's championships, I don't care. I really don't. Way to go, Vince. You broke me on this match. I really don't care. I care more about what's going on SmackDown. Kofi Kingston, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio, even though that's been fucking booked bad. Whatever else is going on SmackDown, I care about that more than anything on Monday Night Raw. And by the way, we'll talk about it in a minute. The Demon will be at WrestleMania, but everybody knew that already because of advertisements. Then we had a short and sweet Chad Gable, Bobby Roode, the Glorious Ones versus Heavy Machinery as we move on here. Not too bad of a match here. It's great to see these two teams actually get to do something, especially Heavy Machinery, the Glorious Ones, former Raw Tag Team Champions. 2 minutes into this match, we hear the sassy Seven Bell, the lady of WWE, make her way out. She just stands up and waves to both sides of the crowd, and that was it. Both the guys were just looking, so it really didn't do anything to the match. It really didn't, so I don't know what the point. Again, zero reaction. Lacey Evans comes out. Zero reaction. Not boos, not cheers, nothing. People will, if it's not a match and it's just her coming out because whatever, no reaction. They look at their phones and they're like, oh, Lacey Evans here. Let me look at my phone. Let me see what's going on Twitter. It's time to end the Lacey Evans experiment. She's done nothing since the Royal Rumble but come out, wave, and act like she gives a fuck. This is nobody fucking cares. No one will ever fucking care. Get this woman in the ring and end it. By the way, she's not even in Battle Royal yet, which is kind of weird. But Tucker fights Roode off in the corner. Otis tags in and unloads on Roode. Roode fights back and goes for the glorious DDT, but is blocked. Otis goes up top, goes to work on Roode and hits the caterpillar after smashing him in the corner with an avalanche clothesline. Tucker and Gable get sent to the outside out of the ring. Gable comes right back in and is legal with Otis. Gable comes flying off the top, but Otis catches him in midair. Tucker joins Otis for the compactor as 1, 2, 3, and that is that. As this match is over, Bobby Roode gets back in the ring, and he has that look of this, like, oh, I can't believe we fucking lost to these guys. We're former tag team champions, and we lost to Heavy Machinery. He gets up, and he has that disgusted look on his face. Chad Gable's down like, oh, we lost, man, this sucks. It's going to happen, not now, but it's going to happen that they're going to split these guys up, and it's going to be Bobby Roode being the heel that he should have been from day one, and Chad Gable doing whatever. Will you care when the Glorious Ones finally have that split? Probably not. They do a hype video for Kofi Kingston, which tomorrow night will be Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan signing a contract, which we had at Fastlane, so what didn't happen. Will Vince McMahon fuck us over again? Will he pull the wool over our eyes, or will he do something else? I don't know. I'm suspicious that this is not going to go the way we want it to go, especially if Vince is hosting it. Out comes Braun Strowman versus two guys he dubbed Michael Shea and Colin Jost. This isn't even funny. You have Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Michael Cole fake laughing out there thinking this shit is hilarious. This shit was funny in 2016 when he was going up against nobodies or destroying James Ellsworth. This shit's not funny anymore. He's just a comedic act that isn't funny. I'm done with it. Braun Strowman is irrelevant. Unless it's something important, I'm not going to mention Braun Strowman probably much anymore on this channel because he's not worth it. He's irrelevant. He wins. Who cares? Let's see what we had here. We had Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley come out. Charlie Caruso asked him about Lashley pinning and winning his chance to go against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania in that last week. Leo says, "Are you kidding me? He's not concerned. He didn't beat Bobby Lashley last week. He can't beat Bobby Lashley because he beat a dead weight in Jinder Mahal." Let's see here. Rush said the only question is going to be is where is the after party going to be after WrestleMania, because it sure as hell ain't going to be here in DC. Of course, crowd boos, cheap heat. Russo then asked Lashley about the rumors of the Demon showing up at WrestleMania. Lashley says he's been fighting for a long time, so if he thinks he's scared of some little Irish fairy tale, we're out of our minds. He says Balor is the Demon and the Demon is Balor. That's do that shit. And he dominates Balor every single time they meet. Balor suddenly appears on the big screen and says, "Hey, Bobby, you should be concerned because he always had demons. And his demon will be Lashley's nightmare at WrestleMania." He fades away into a fog and appears as the demon who taunts Lashley with the low, which I don't like that they do that. I mean, come on, really? Lashley and Rush look on in the ring, and Rush and him look a little like, what the fuck? And that was that. So it is going to be Bobby Lashley versus the Demon at WrestleMania. One, it sucks that WWE's marketing department spoiled the damn thing. Two, the fact that he didn't need the Demon for Brock Lesnar, but he needs the Demon to actually beat Bobby Lashley. If you don't find a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. And then the main event, Rey Mysterio versus Baron Corbin. This was a snooze fest. Rey Mysterio tried his best. Baron Corbin. Oh, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is just, it's not worth it. Corbin kicks Ray away as he tries to twist him up in the middle of the ring. Ray springboards up for an apron and somehow gets him into position with the Hurricane Rana for the 619. Nails it. Goes up for the drop for the frog splash. But Corbin moves out of the way. And then, of course, ends up getting hit with the deep six in the end for the 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin is your winner. After the match, Corbin stands tall as his music hits. And we go to a couple replays. Corbin is pointing at the WrestleMania 35 sign. Corbin exits the ring, actually main eventing the final Raw before WrestleMania, which was a damn bad show. Corbin stands tall on the ramp and plays to the crowd some more. Kurt Angle comes from behind and puts in the ankle lock. Fans pop. Angle finally breaks the hold and stands tall as the officials are out. His music hits as we go to replays. And earlier backstage segment with the police. Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair. The final Raw before WrestleMania goes off the air with Angle standing tall and wrestle on the stage. So, what have we learned? The creative is fucking stupid. The creative is fucking horrible. Who the fuck booked the main eventers, the 3 main eventers of WrestleMania being locked away 6 nights before WrestleMania? Now, yeah, they posted Bond. This was fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. I'm glad they nixed the Rey Mysterio Kurt Angle match because Kurt Angle's last few matches have been absolutely fucking horrendous. So I don't want to see Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio, even though I'm sure 10 years ago these two would put on a hell of a match, but that would be 10 years ago. This was your Raw's go home show. They could have did better. This was an absolute big time fail. I'm sure SmackDown by default is going to have a better show tomorrow night. We will have to wait and see, but that was your Raw go home show to WrestleMania. Absolutely fucking horrendous. I'm lost for words. They gave me a fucking headache just watching Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey try and jeopardize WrestleMania's main event as best as they could. You spent about a month of Ronda Rousey trying to get weeks, about a month, getting WWE to do the right thing and unsuspend Becky Lynch, put her back into the main event at WrestleMania. All for them just to have these 3 women beat the hell out of each other, have the police get involved, have them all 3 arrested, and booked, and prosecuted, and held in a fucking county jail. Are you fucking kidding me? This was an absolute dumpster fire of a show. If anybody found this show fucking entertaining, you have got to get your head. You're either a sheep or you are out of your fucking mind. This show was fucking awful. And WrestleMania for the Raw side is going to be a fucking travesty. And I don't care about the main event right now. You have to do something to get me to care about this match. And guess what? TikTok, time is up. You fucking haven't. You failed. God, this is going to be a terrible show. 7.5 hours to 8 hours is going to be a fucking travesty. But find me on Twitter @Franz, find me on twitch.tv/TheFranz08. If you liked anything or disliked anything that I said, let me know about your opinions down in the comment section below. I'm getting out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow or later today because it is technically 4/2/19. I'll see you guys for SmackDown Live. Until then, my name is Franz, and I'll see you guys later.